Last week on Street Fighter League, Team NASR continued their dominant run. The Season 3 champions still looking in form as they take the 3-0 victory over Team NORDAVIND. PHENOM tried his best at the anchor spot to, he fought valiantly trying to get that victory, but Problem X with the surprise pick going with the Alex, the big man team getting that W. You love to see it. Team NASR is looking kind of unstoppable up to this point. Another team that's been looking unstoppable was, of course, the Vodafone Giants, and they had to go up against Bandits, who at that point were winless, only 0-1, but there was a clear favorite going in. But that's why the game is not played on paper. We saw MENARD with the big clutch, blocking an instant overhead from Dawson. And then did you see that crouch heavy punch punish? Are you guys serious? Simply amazing play. CABA bringing all the hype in the background. I say, you need to stop those guys' momentum early if you don't want to get run over. Right now, Bandits might become a freight train. And just like that train, we are going to keep on rolling to more and more action, as now we are going to have Team UYU fresh off of getting their first victory on Street Fighter League, but they have a big challenge ahead of them as they have Punk, they have Justin Wong, and they have my guy Dark Neff, the Sith Lord, trying to stand in their way of getting win number 2. Can't wait to see that match. And we just sung the praises of Team Bandits. Deservedly so, ladies and gentlemen, deservedly so. But the thing about being a champion is you have to prove it again and again and again if you want to make it to the playoffs in Street Fighter League. And now everything is going to be on the line as they have to go up against Team NASR, the Season 3 Street Fighter League champions. That is going to be one that you do not want to miss. It all goes down this week on Street Fighter League.
You already know what it is. It's time for Street Fighter League Season 4 with Tasty Steve, myself, Vicious, and we have a banger for you all. This is week number 5, but just in case you guys haven't been paying attention, first of all, where the hell have you been? Number 2, we have quite the matchups going for you. Again, we have so many new teams coming in to fray with Season 4, right? 2 of the returning teams, UYU and NASR. However, we got these other 4 coming in from international waters, right? We have Bandits with a full DR representation. We do have NORDAVIND with a ton of the good players. That good. We got VEGGEY, PHENOM, and LUFFY. And we also have plenty more to go through, right? We do have
PANDA. You got the Giants as well. Like, teams are made up
ridiculous right
made up of some of the best players in the Street Fighter world right now, and you can only get it here on Street Fighter League Season 4. The fact of the matter is that these teams are really trying to win this season, and it's a lot harder when you got character bans in place. You have people aiming for the strongest people on your team, or the perceived strongest people on your team, after something that happened last week. That Bandits come from behind, surprise victory to put the Street Fighter League world on notice, puts themselves back into the standings, and then knocks NORDAVIND all the way down to the bottom. Things got sticky here at Street Fighter League. I mean, I know this is about fighting games, but it's starting to feel like my favorite drama to watch. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you right now.
The drama pretty much unfolds, but good for you. The drama does continue. Let's take a look at the standings and what happened last week, right? NASR currently in first place with 2-1. Vodafone Giants getting knocked off of their throne back down to earth with 2-1 as well. You see him in second place. PANDA in third. Bandits getting a W on the board in their second matchup with fourth place. And in fifth place, you see UYU getting their first win in Street Fighter League. We cannot stress that enough. And then NORDAVIND right now, they're struggling just a little bit. Again, all of the games that NORDAVIND has played have been pretty close. But as it stands right now, they're currently in the bottom, but there's still so many weeks of play left. We have 15 full weeks of play here at Street Fighter League. The top 4 is what we're looking for to go into that playoff in the 16th week.
And this is week 5, like we said before. But what's on the line? What are these guys fighting for? We've seen it in other seasons, but this season, it is $75,000 on the line for those top 2 placing teams. But even with that, if you do win, you still got one more challenge in front of you, and that's going to be the SFL Japan team that is in first place. And that's really what has been throughout the past few seasons of SFL, but it doesn't get any easier, because just like we're leveling up, SFL Japan is also leveling up.
That's one of the scariest things. But one of the things that's been consistent, right, is the format that we've been going through. It is the Waseda style format, and I know that we have these teams brought together. We have to make sure that they have their order down, which is absolutely important. But again, if a player loses, they're absolutely eliminated from that team battle for the rest of that week, and it's only going to be going until one team remains. They got to keep accumulating this win. They got to stay alive against all the other killers, and we're going to see how that plays out in this week and every single week here at Street Fighter League.
In that format, let's get a little more detailed on that bad boy. The format goes this way. Street Fighter League is a 3v3 Waseda style team tournament. Teams submit a player order. If a player wins, they go to the back of the queue. If the player loses, they are eliminated. The match continues until one team successfully knocks out the 3 players from the opposing team, and that's how we decide our team battle winner each and every week. But with that said, you can't forget the bans. The bans are very important, and they still hold true this season in Street Fighter League. In all honesty, I feel like it's one of the most deciding factors that we have here, one of the most important factors, and that's because you only get to ban a character once. You cannot ban the same character twice. The first half of the season and the second half of the season, a lot of times, yield completely drastic differences because that one character is in play as opposed to not being in play.
And we are still in that first half, right? We have our team battles set in stone already. It's going to be NASR going up against Bandits, as well as PANDA versus UIU. But again, all of this would not be possible without the help of Astro and those A40 headsets.
Shoutouts to Astro for actually being our official headset and mix amp of Street Fighter League Season 4. I mean, honestly, what more can you ask for? Astro's been holding down the community for 10 years. I don't know how many times, how many events. I mean, I got Astro headsets of my own, but they've been there the entire step of the way. So make sure you guys show some love to Astro while they're supporting Street Fighter League. I mean, regardless if they're supporting Street Fighter League, as long as they support the FGC, make sure you show those guys some love.
You can show them love right down below with the Twitch panel to pick up your A40 headset now and be a part of all the action with the FGC and realize how good the quality actually is, because you hear the comms, you hear the gameplay, and all that crisp sound, all manageable through their big amp and just going through those nice headsets, man. I'm telling you right now, Twitch panel down below, check it out for that A40 headset. With that in mind, again, we do have our first matchup. It's going to be NASR versus Bandits coming your way for week 5 after this break.
Street Fighter League Week 5, Season 4, mind you. We're back. This is going to be an interesting week that we have in front of you guys. I mean, first off, let's talk about that team battle like you said before. Yeah. We're going to have NASR coming up, and personally, I feel like these, as a returning team here, as a returning team to Street Fighter League and the champions of Season 3 of Street Fighter League, they got a lot on their plate to deal with, in all honesty. But this new and improved, no offense to Samurai because he's ridiculous, this new and improved NASR team, now with the likes of Problem X, seems to be a lot stronger. Steve. A lot stronger, and they're getting stronger as these weeks go by.
There's definitely been a lot of team building exercises with Team NASR, right? They've really taken it into stride. They've got themselves ready for each and every week of battle thoroughly too. Not only are they practicing it out, they're making sure they know all of their matchups and getting ready technically. Also, when you heard Problem X, he was talking about some of the things you can and cannot punish. If you paid close attention, you would have with that A40 headset. Like, these guys take into full consideration what is ahead of them, and they focus on each and every match as it comes to them. Like, they want to make sure that they take every single step they can to get this W. So what I'm getting at right now is that I got to talk to Problem X. As soon as we got in today, he was telling us, yo, I've already thought about who we can ban for Team Bandits. We want to make sure that they do not play, and we set ourselves up for the next time around. And he's the new guy on the block.
And he's the new guy. That, like, I'm going to tell you what's really powerful about that team. You talked about that coaching, right? But once we start to see these teams talking to each other, sharing tech, that perfect instance for Problem X telling them to punish that headbutt from Birdie last week. Like, that's what you need from a team to succeed, in all honesty. You want to have that back and forth. With that being said, I believe Rob TV is on the stage with none other than Angry Bird.
We are joined by the Season 3 Street Fighter League overall champion and the second half's complete MVP, my guy Angry Bird. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro?
You know, so with you having such an amazing season last year, for yourself, I mean, for your team, of course, which I'm sure is extremely important, but even on the individual level, how are you feeling coming into this season? Like, do you think that you still stack up as, like, last season? I think it can't really be argued that you were either the best player here or tied for the best player here at that time. How do you feel that you stack up now that we have more of the Europeans and just, I would say an overall higher level of competition?
To be honest, all the players here are super strong, obviously. Like, all of them are very good. But to be able to have the best player, you need to have the best character as well. So before you look at the best player,
you think that?
Yeah, you need to look at his character as well.
Yeah.
So who he plays. Last season I played Seth and Zeko, both broken characters.
Yeah.
So that's why I was able to perform based on my characters.
Yeah.
So depends on your character, you can be either the best or not. So,
oh man, you giving people some ammunition. You giving the scrub some ammunition right now, Angry Bird, man. Cause they gonna think, oh, I lose cause my character is trash and they need to buff.
I mean, they can change their character.
yeah, that's true. But in that regard, would you say that like you still have to first be at like you're at an elite skill level?
Yeah.
So now at that point, the characters can matter more with another elite player.
It's always the characters. Like, the skill gap between the top players is not that big.
Yeah.
So all the top players have the close skill gap.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have a big gap between top players. So what is the factor here is the character. So that's what I think. Like, you can say Punk is a little bit ahead of everyone, but he also plays Karen.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
What you saying about Karen, man?
Karen is broken, bro.
Come on, bro. Straight nooch. So on the individual side though, I know of course you want to win. And that goes for everyone. You want to win, and you guys walking away with that championship for last season means more than anything.
Yeah.
But outside of just that, do you also care about your personal performance? Like I talked to Problem X, and he was saying for him, like, he wants to make sure that, you guys win, and he is one of the reasons that you guys are winning. He wants to win his games.
That's the same thing. I want to be one of the reasons we are winning.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to do his job. That's what I like about this team. Everyone is focusing in one opponent at the time.
Yeah.
So, and then if someone loses, then the other guy has to back up for him. So I think each one of us want to be the best in the tournament.
Yeah.
Each one of us.
Even on the individual level.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys as a whole have been dancing machines if we're talking about busting moves, because right now you are looking like the team to beat on Street Fighter League, have a strong chance of repeating, and I'm looking forward to your match up against Team Bandits. Pleasure talking to you, Brody.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
This is season 4 of Street Fighter League. I love the fact that Angry Bird is getting even more into the seasonal things of it, the competitive side of things, taunting, the noise making. I mean, you hear us saying noise. It's coming from Angry Bird. So once again, shout outs to Angry Bird. Definitely one of the strongest players here. I would tell you right now, and just having that team dynamic go even further than just play style, go into, having fun, being able to kind of razz the other team. You want to be able to do it. This is a league, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a league. We get kind of a sample of it from what we saw from last week from CABA actually going in as they were playing their last team battle.
That's the crazy thing about it, right? Like, as you play week after week after week, you have to get yourself acclimated with your team, right? Again, I feel like the more vocal teams are the more successful ones because they're comfortable to at least let your teammate know what's good, what's happening in the matchup. Like, I'm not afraid to tell you, it's like, hey man, you might be doing something a little bit off, you might not be remembering, but I'm here to remind you to have fun and punish the hell out of these people. Please, don't miss it. Do not miss these punishes.
What's even funnier is the fact that, like, Angry Bird takes the cheering for your team as a competition. Like, no, we're the hypest team.
It's so
like
funny.
that's what's odd to me. It's like, no, we're the hypest team. I don't know that the Angry Bird delivery on the noise. I'm just saying now.
We'll see how it plays out because they're going to be facing off against the hypest team right now, and that is Bandits. And I do believe Rob TV is standing by with MENARD.
I am here with the Young Bull 2017 Capcom Cup champion, 2021 currently qualified, and looking like arguably the most informed player right now in Street Fighter League, MENARD. What's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing amazing, especially after seeing the way that you played going up against the Vodafone Giants. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I did not know that y'all was gonna get that W. And that's no disrespect, because I know that y'all nice. I know what you do. So it's not like, it ain't like surprise and crazy. But I think they were favored. They were just looking like they might run away with this thing out of all the
What I
teams.
told you,
What?
they can't slip.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, bro, like that, your match with Mr. Crimson, you bust. First off, let's not talk about the matches yet. Ball roll?
I do.
What is this? Like, what's this? Like, what? You really? I mean, I guess you really have a rog then.
Yeah, I've been practicing ball roll because the Abigail nerves and stuff. So maybe like I'm not gonna use Abigail as much.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yo, you always over exaggerate about nerfs. Because you was acting like Birdie was just when the nerfs first came out, you act like Birdie was the worst character of all time.
Yes.
Come on, bro. You know Birdie is like
in my hands.
Slightly trash.
Yeah,
He only slightly trash.
Nah, in my hands he's top tier.
Yeah. You ain't trying to see Big Hollywood. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about all that on camera. You know what I'm saying? But so you bust out the ball rock, you going up against Mr. Crimson first, right? Now Mr. Crimson is looking amazing throughout this entire tournament, right? He goes in, even in the exhibitions, beats Idom again, like he did at Red Bull Kumite.
Yeah.
Been looking amazing overall. Goes and beats Punk as well. And he's just looking like he's gonna be a thought boy. And then you have a character that we don't necessarily know you for. You play out of this world in that match. He played great.
He was very good.
Bro, to block the instant overhead, so you guys know at home, for any of the uninitiated, the new guys, listen, at the end with Dawson, when you have one hit left, he can do stand fierce, and you have to crouch block that, and you can't react either. Or he can do the instant air sniper, we call it, like and it hits overhead. So you have to make the read in advance. And then even if you make the read like you did and you blocked it, that punish, what's going through your head in that moment right there, bro? How is that possible?
Just looking for an opening, bro. I'm just looking for you to mess up, to slip, and just punish you as hard as possible. Don't worry about me. Just worry about your gameplay, because if you mess up, you're done.
It's over with.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, we also saw the same thing with that Sakura up against PHENOM in a game that you in the set that you won damn near and just had the one drop. Like, your characters are looking amazing. It's not even like we're seeing a Birdie up to this point, so that's not even gotten brought out for people. We know what type of time that's gonna be on. But even after that, you got the match with Infectious. How are you feeling about that match? Like, even after you beat Mr. Crimson, I was like, okay, sometimes people learn a character, like Duo is like that too, where Duo will learn a character, but he learns it for a specific matchup. So he might be trash at the other matchups with the character. So I'm like, maybe for Dawson, but not. What was that? Like,
you were right. It's just, I told you, I tried my best. I saw Infectious was a little bit scared, of the punches, the straight. And then he tried like walking and stuff. You can't walk to me like that.
Yeah.
So I feel very good. I think this is the chance I was looking for. If I beat Giants yesterday, I beat NASR today, everybody gonna be scared.
Yes, understandably so. They have every reason to be scared, bro. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad that I'm not in your path right now, man. Because you're looking quite serious. Ladies and gentlemen, you mess with the bull, you get the bull horns. That's a Birdie reference, by the way, just in case you don't get it.
And I like that mentality coming in from MENARD, right? He's also letting Rob know, if you step into my house, you better get yourself ready to get bodied.
Look, Capcom Cup champion, you have to believe. I remember this because I'm the one who raised Mena's hand. You better show some respect. If
Damn,
you
that's
disrespected
true.
Mena, then you disrespected me, and we're not playing those games in any stretch of the imagination.
Well, leave the fighting to the professionals right now, Steve. It sounds like you're about to get real serious.
No. But in all honesty, I would love to see what the idea is. They actually had a blind pick going into this team battle.
Yes.
But what were the bans? Before we go any further, what were the bans that we were looking at here?
So for NASR, they were targeting CABA. They made sure that the ban went towards that Guile pick. They want to make sure that they don't get anybody to play really for this week. And they've kind of highlighted one of the bigger weaknesses, right? They've seen how CABA has performed in previous seasons without that Guile, and they thought to themselves, all right, well, at least, Big Bird and ANGRYBIRD have. They're like, all right, we want to try to do this again. We want to kind of imitate what we had in terms of results last season. I think we could do it again with this ban pick. However, it's a whole different story, though, because now you have MENARD and Hermes VENATORI.
Yeah.
You have the boys from the DR as a unit. It's a whole different story.
They have constant backup at this point, right? Even if you ban, honestly, I feel like you can't ban Mena. Mena has definitely evolved to the point where it's like, oh, you're gonna ban this character? That's fine. I have another character. We saw it last week with that big upset over the Vodafone Giants. So with that being said, what can you really take away from Mena at this point? You really have to start looking at him. Going for CABA, not a bad idea. But once again, you're still kind of disrespecting my boy right now by thinking he's not the guy that you need to be looking at, even though you can't actually kind of ban him.
It's the long-term strategy, right? They want to make sure that for the next time around, for their second round robin, they target MENARD, which makes sense. It makes perfect sense. And speaking of, targeting certain players, Bandits have chosen Rashid as their ban pick, so they're picking Big Bird, but it also presents the question, it's like, who are you supposed to ban from Team NASR? You can't ban Problem X. He has like 4 different characters. You can't really ban ANGRYBIRD because both his Seth and Zeku are very effective. And same with Big Bird. We're seeing more of that Ken this year in 2021 because of the changes that he received from the new patch not too long ago, or a couple months ago, right?
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. I mean, I really see the strength in the team, right? Especially if you look at NASR saying that Ken is still just as viable, and ANGRYBIRD, I mean, I feel like ANGRYBIRD is, a little slow to start the season, but still, that Seth is going to be an issue. Like, that is, you're really going to be in for danger if you're not prepared to fight a Seth, especially an ANGRYBIRD Seth on top of that. And like you said, Problem X just rounds out the team in such a way that I feel like it's not really easy to ban anybody on that team as well. So it's definitely going to be an interesting fight here. I mean, a really strong team coming from the side of NASR. Last year's champions on the side of NASR, but we got a Capcom Cup champion on the side of the Bandits.
That's right.
And here we go.
That's right. And it's so difficult, right? We talked about it a little bit, trying to ban someone like MENARD when he has like a full utility belt worth of characters.
Yeah.
Puts Batman to shame.
Round 1.
Here we go.
Fight.
It's going to be Sakura for MENARD. Already trying to sneak his way in against ANGRYBIRD Seth. Again, we talked about the 2 characters he had in mind. Seth being one of them as well as Zeku. What? MENARD not
throw.
afraid. Yes, sir.
Okay, that Cruel Disaster.
Skill block is Sakura's turn after that. The Cruel Disaster trying to get checked too far out. What a time to jump and what a time to keep the defense alive from ANGRYBIRD. The Mad Cradle still in effect.
Solid anti-air.
Nice. Remember, watch out for the start to activate.
And ANGRYBIRD, very vocal right now. With Big Bird, that is.
Yeah, Big Bird is definitely looking for that activation route.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, I like that. How often do you get to see that rip?
CABA starting up.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna keep that.
There's been a lot of instances so far in this match where MENARD has
just wait for him. That's all you need to
do. Dash and has been punished every single time. But that's only been 1 round. I guess, that kind of information is pretty vital for someone like MENARD who really likes to test the neutral. So we'll see how it works out, right? Oh boy,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
These go.
So do you think that, the birdie might have been a little stronger, or do you just think they were prepared for the birdie?
It's okay.
I think both. Well, actually, no. Let me take that. I think Sakura would have been a good choice either way. But they also, NASR would have definitely been prepared for the birdie.
Activate. Oh, wow, gets the hit. He's here. CABA going off once again. Yo, the Tatsu
It's so
from Seth, it looks so crazy.
Activate super. Oh, okay, never mind.
It's here!
No anti-air!
Jump in, didn't find his mark, but no retaliation, and the super isn't going to hit. What?
You can't! You can't! Projectile invincible!
Hold this seat.
I didn't know that
Trying to get me, I'm gonna get you instead. Seth,
It's projectile invincible.
Yeah, it is actually.
That was actually pretty sick.
that was actually godlike.
Take it
If
out of the way.
it was birdie, sure.
Yeah,
MENARD had it in his
Just
head.
wait.
He's like,
That's all you need to do.
I punished the hell out of you. And then, oh wait, that's a fireball critical art. That is a projectile critical art.
Look, Mena still looking up right now. Still lost. Like, what the?
Y está tirando mucho esa patada, la de giro larga, no la corta, la larga que está tirando.
Vamos allá, no frío.
All right, back into a game number 2 here. That B skill from Seth really doing a lot of work.
Eso es, suave.
It's kind of dangerous though. I mean, like certain players here at Street Fighter League have already spotted it out. It's like, when Seth changes a different color from V-skill, just start jumping.
Yeah.
There's significant startup on it.
Yeah.
I like that. Contesting the Annihilation Sword on the way down.
Oh, God. My man CABA's so loud. I want to listen to him. Okay.
Checking the movement on the way out. Creating some space for himself now. The back throw. Cool disaster. Was frames. That was the roundhouse version. Dashing up. Big tech. Out of there. I like that reaction from
Nice.
MENARD. Not afraid of the dive kicks. With axe kicks.
Dragon Punch combo on top of it. There's the activation. Backdash. Activation of his own. MENARD.
Not quite done yet, but a throw will do it. You get Oki, and you know, Angry Bird knew it. He understood the win con, and he was willing to tech.
But that CA from Seth, we know Angry Bird can do it. We've seen it time and time again. What? Wow, what?
That could have been critical art, actually.
That's fine.
Wow, nice patience. MENARD taking around, gets around on the board.
Don't worry about it.
And CABA sounds like he just won the set.
So godlike.
He's good! Mírale esa, la parte de boca.
Yo, CABA is actually going crazy right now.
So is Hermes, man. We rarely get to hear him talk, I feel like.
Yo, the anti-air DP, the fireball, excuse me.
Yep, nice.
Oh,
no,
dangerous.
that's not gonna work.
Oh, the big crush counter.
that bitch trigger.
That's a really cool.
See?
Drops
It's okay.
it.
No, okay, no, okay.
Significant.
Nice.
Okay. Show me everything.
Who's
Watch out for the X-Touch.
That's pretty.
Right? It's the stomach talking.
Ew.
Stomach, we good down there? Installing.
Depositing. All right, so trigger is activated. Man, yeah, the Tatsu afterwards. You could have critical on it, but he's not going to do it. There's so much fly
When you put him in the corner,
he's
gonna reach him to
We get it
access.
sometimes.
Don't be afraid to jump across him.
But there was a lot of confidence there. Corner positioning, you would have got, you know, Oki after that if she lived. Would have been just fine.
Okay, going back to this neutral game.
Oh.
Jab just to check. Just to throw. MENARD in control right now. Look, he spins EX a little bit. That's going to take away the CA.
Ooh, yes.
Nice. Air to air. Gets the full combo conversion.
I'm liking this. Unafraid to contest Angry Bird, but look at this cross up now with the side switch. Absolutely imperative. You gonna use it? No, sir. No EXs. But speaking of EXs, MENARD busts out. What a time to make that risk.
Definitely going to get him out of this corner here. Great normals. Oh no, that's not good. We've seen the extensions with the combos from the stolen Tatsu from Sakura.
You are gonna check that with the crouching jab and EX. Tatsu, he still gets the activation route. He still gets the damage, and now he's gonna be pretty much in control against Angry Bird. Just can't overcommit, right?
Yep,
Oh boy.
big damage here. Oh no, getting a little flashy. Gets the forward throw. MENA has a chance here. MENA has a chance here. All he needs is this round.
Plus frames. Oh,
MENARD's not out of it yet. Not out of it yet. MENARD ties up the set. One game apiece, and CABA knows it too. CABA knows it too. Even Hermes VENATORI back there cracking up at CABA. I don't know if CABA is making these noises to distract
right now.
Angry Bird or to pump up MENA. I don't know what the purpose of this does. I don't know what it does.
That's the best part. I feel like MENARD has to go through this every single day.
Right.
It's probably like the best thing for him.
This is like living with an annoying brother that's just trying to pump you up, bro.
That's so godlike.
Hey, right?
It's so godlike. This is the kind of support I wish I had in my life.
I give you that kind of support, Jeremy. I give you that sound.
You left us, right?
Oh my God! Wow! Wow! EX Tatsu activate here for MENA. The jump not gonna work out. Back throw. Angry Bird trying to make something happen here. Life lead is in his favor though.
But the trigger is going to be the great equalizer when it comes to Sakura, right? Any sort of opening could lead to a ton of damage, a ton of corner carry as well. It's the component of one of these, you know, coming back to trigger. Oh,
wow. What a conversion. And look at the damage right there. Stun. That bar is getting pretty high.
You just need one hit.
You hear Big Bird tell him that he only needs one hit.
Oh, that could have been it?
Yeah, Big Bird tells Angry Bird forward throw.
Critical art is going to be a factor for both players now. Chip is actually pretty imminent.
Nice.
Another one.
Now,
critical art is back.
I mean, he still can't chip him out. Still has a little B. He has B reversal on the table.
It would have to be raw, but you know, Sakura could do whatever she wants. Into the standing medium kick. Now it's match point for Angry Bird. The tensions are even higher now for MENARD. You can kind of see the look on his face more so turn into a frown, but obviously you're seeing the gameplay. I gotta tell you right now, MENARD is taking very, very seriously right now.
Gets picked up by the V skill this time once again. forward throw, and I just feel like Angry Bird's kind of snowballing right here. A little snowball of hate, bro.
Little snowball of hate, right? Yeah. Not spinning the critical art yet. Oh, he is actually in kill position.
It's okay.
Just needs to take the shot, activate the trigger. That could have been huge for MENARD. Missed the opportunity. Bigger for Angry Bird.
Nice.
And that's gonna be that. MENARD had a few chances there. To capitalize on what Angry Bird was he was kind of overreaching in some of these instances. And that first round of game number 3 definitely could have went a completely different way. Oh, Man is probably kicking himself for that. But with that being said, eliminated from the queue and a very, very, very strong piece of the team right now. Not going to be in contention to stop NASR as Angry Bird goes to the back of the queue. MENARD eliminated. Big Bird coming up, going to be playing against CABA. I like the order. I like how the order fell out. I will say that. But that first loss is going to be a doozy. That's really going to hurt them, I feel like.
I want to know, like, how Team NASR managed to predict this. And I feel like, the same with Bandits. Like, how did it happen where both of the band players end up playing against each other? That's pretty cool.
Like I said, man, we talk about how important the order is here. That's why it's important, because sometimes you can time that, but I ain't gonna say time. I'm talking about it like I'm playing a fighting game. But if you get that order correctly and you read the other opponent's team's order correctly, calling out their order is really gonna help you out. Yeah. If you can get a sense where either your band player actually fights another band player or your band player gets a W, that really helps out everything. We saw that last week. In all honesty, I feel like with a couple of other teams where these backup characters are doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
The G is out to play this time around, and we've seen it before, but Ken for Big Bird, G for CABA. Ooh. Here we go.
I'm actually surprised we're not seeing the Ryu pick coming in from CABA. We have seen the G pick before from last season, so I'm not too surprised. G already coming out with that fireball, and Big Bird actually had the right idea. He reacted to it. The thing is, it's too far now. The fireball's coming in from Big Bird, a lot more activity.
You know, one thing I'm looking at here, if CABA can pull this out, right? I like CABA going up against Angry Bird in that set. I really like it. But we got to get there first. We got to deal with what's in front of us. Big Bird in the can. Walking CABA to the corner. Corner says no thank you. Gets the EX confirm out. Tries to go for that throw after the knockdown. EXDP on the wake up.
We talked about those bufferable moments, right? We talk about time in, time out. When it comes to G, he has one of the best ones in the game off of those lights, and it leads to so much damage. So CABA can kind of capitalize on that. Do not neutral jump on this man. Big Bird, he's a bird. He controls the skies. He understands how it works.
Yep.
I like him using Fireball instead of a B-skill right there. And level 3 buff to all the moves that G has, and just trying to find an opening here on Big Bird, and it's just not working out. But you can see him backing him up into this corner though. 35 seconds left on the clock. Can definitely still do this with just finding a hit.
And it's so much scarier while he's
the confirm. This is big. This is big. No, the wake up DP hits.
Dead.
Oh my god,
Don't forget you can tattoo them Bibles.
So you see the stark contrast with Team NASR. You see the emotional pop-off coming from Angry Bird. Problem looks like, well, you could actually done this.
Guys, you guys watching Street Fighter League right now. Jeremy's impersonations have been on point the entire season. Even outside, you guys can't hear them all, but man, it's so good. Most of them are British, but they're still ridiculous.
Come on, man. I blame Jammers, Tyrant, F-Word, Logan Sama.
Shout-outs to the homies. Shout-outs to the homies.
That's all their fault.
I know they're probably enjoying this right now.
Ooh, big confirm. We all want to see it. The low forward confirms coming in again. It's a crispy.
Vodafone Giants. Not even on the screen. What am I talking about? I don't know what I was just thinking.
I was like, what's the segue?
I'm literally just lost right now looking at these matches.
It's just so good. It's so entertaining, right? Again, it's there's something so.
لا اسمع خلاص هذا انتهى.
Good.
He's done. I think he's done.
Remember, if he's not leveled up and he somehow manages to activate,
he'll start dashing this game.
And you don't have V trigger, a V shift or whatever, V reversal, take the command grab.
Wait, I'll take it.
Yeah.
He'll start dashing this game.
Yeah, no, the dash is fine. The dash is fine.
Par de pata media por los pies confirma. Tiene que tener un poquito más de cuidado con los pies y respetarle un poquito más quizá la activación, porque que en verdad ese tipo Cuando él sale de la esquina con esa activación con dragón de brillo, es una popú lo que pasa. Entonces, tu paciencia está perfecta, tu buffer está perfecto. Solamente cuida los pies. Ten cuidado con los pies. Los throw tú lo puedes coger. Tú tienes como 4000 de vital. It's okay. No importa. No te le desesperes a Ken. A tu juego.
Hermes VENATORI.
No te pongas de azafate ese tigre porque en verdad es muy feo lo que pasa.
Telling him to
Tiene
watch his
demasiado
footwork,
vital.
watch
Es lo
the
que puede tirar
neutral.
mierda de que dacha lo loco y pupú. Los pies y el cuidado con su dragón.
This is good though. CABA has some very solid neutral control anyway. And this G is something you really got to take serious anyway. But this win could be important. I feel like this is a very important win when it comes to this team battle. You don't want to put all that on Hermes VENATORI at the end there.
I was gonna say, like, also with Big Bird, there's just something so satisfying. I don't want to use the word here, but there's just something so satisfying about the way he plays his characters. He's got so much discipline. You could see the efforts he's put into all of his characters coming out. He's pretty much, you know, showing off the fruits of his labor with a character like Ken, getting these confirms consistently and finding the right reads. Get all these normal. It's so good.
Jab there, go straight for the fireball extension there.
You see the discipline, Steve.
Oh,
but
the
I
jump
spoke
in.
too soon. Absolute commentator's curse, if you could actually call it.
Oh wow, I thought that was gonna be command throw. And once again, the V trigger coming to the rescue, and that is a good activation here. Okay. Oh. No.
Nice.
The dash
Nice.
and Big Bird ready to check. It could have been over right there. It could have gone right into super.
I thought you were gonna say bird person. No. It works because it's Big Bird.
It does.
It's too good. Oh, the anti-air is just off the angle. That EX Tatsu is just so hard to track down.
Ooh. I love it. I mean, I hate it, but I love the animation.
that was
Getting hit by the standing heavy kick. EX will kick to the corner. CABA needs this round. Literally needs this round. Oh, almost had a counter hit confirmed.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
Oh, no!
Wow.
Nice punish.
Dropped so significant. Again, we talked about that crouching jab or those lights in general being a great proponent too. Getting these buffers out.
Oh,
big
that
damage.
was so good. He was prepared for the splash. Are you serious? Big Bird takes out CABA 2-0. And once again eliminated. This is quite a difficult situation for Bandits. Like, what are you going to do? Hermes VENATORI, the last active member here for Bandits, and this is going to have to be a team sweep.
I know it was unintentional, but situation is actually perfect to describe.
How do you know that was unintentional?
I said it may have been.
Oh, okay.
May have been. But with NASR's Big Bird, the switch up between Ken or Rashid is always going to be a tough one. The fact that they chose him as the ban pick is not going to be as effective. You see the results on the screen. You saw that Ken took down CABA convincingly, 2-0.
This is going to be, and so I talked to Problem X, right? Problem X is really planning it out, how he's revealing these characters that he's going to play. I talked to him after last week's battle, and he was talking about, he's like, you guys have seen the Honda. You guys have seen the Alex.
Of
right?
course. We haven't even seen the Bison yet, yo.
That's what he said was coming next. That's what he said. He was like, yo, he's like, look, he's giving us a rollout. He's giving us a rollout, like an update for your new phone. For the latest version of Street Fighter. He's giving us these updates. He's like, you guys saw the Honda, you saw the Alex, now you're gonna see the bike. This is what he told me anyway. I'm just saying. Going back to the Honda.
Damn.
Back to the Honda.
Did he lie?
I ain't gonna say he lied, but even still, maybe he just feels like this is an easier thing to deal with. But Hermes VENATORI, full power with the Cammy. The first time we're gonna get to see this Cammy at full power, if I'm not mistaken. And going up against E-Honda, I really feel like this is gonna be tough regardless, because Honda has great buttons to check and keep Cammy on the ground, as well as just some of his buttons deal pretty well and air-to-air style. I mean, we're just dealing with some of that air pressure, and you still have to deal with butt slam, which a lot of people still don't know how to properly deal with, because it's really hard to kind of read sometimes.
Yeah. On top of that, you're looking at the V-set, right? VCO2 is going to deal a lot of damage when charged up, right? Or at least apply extra pressure when blocked off the hands. Trigger 1 also is going to be one of the biggest detriments to this matchup for Cammy. You can't take to this guy's ass often because he can walk around headbutt whenever he wants to. He's a loaded cannon.
You know, maybe V-Skill 2 may be better here. I love this check. A lot of people fight Honda and they don't check the recovery. Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Ready with the anti-air headbutt here.
talk to me a little bit about that V-Skill 2, right, with Cammy. I think like V-Skill 1, the mobility is cool and all, but it's like, what are you really going to use it for in this matchup? Maybe like after a blocked butt slam or like in the startup of it to get yourself out for the secondary part, but I don't think that actually works.
Yeah.
I think, you know, being able to navigate with back on the way down is great.
Okay, wait a minute. Hermes, VENATORI, getting an opening here. Oh, I don't know why he didn't just take that damage.
He does that. We talked about the first week of play when we saw him talk about Hermes VENATORI. He tries to catch people off guard with these unorthodox resets. Sometimes it works. He's had a lot of success in other CBT events, but right now in Street Fighter League, you're playing offline. It might not be as effective.
Okay, life lead. Life's just about even. We're right at 25 seconds. 2 bars of EX on the side of Cammy.
Can't jump though.
Still can't jump. There's a butt slam. We already knew it was going to come eventually. Lots of chip damage. Ooh, Gennady, that was raw.
Look at that. He's walking to the other side. He's making a stroll all the way down. Oh my God. You actually caught that?
Let's go!
No, I don't have as much time. Gotta check the clock. Gotta check the clock.
No, he's fine.
Gotta check. He's
He's
cool. He's cool. 3 seconds left on the clock. Closes out that round. Hermes VENATORI playing it smart. Playing it so smart.
Ya, le ganaste los 3, vamos
That was
ya.
actually pretty godlike. Getting that anti-air. The full-on link. Hermes link.
I'm gonna tell you right
With
now.
the ice blue mink on the cannon.
Look, I play fighting games, bro. In Street Fighter, when that clock gets low, I'm really freak out. I'm like, bro, I feel like time speeds up.
¡Ay, sí!
Oh,
Ay, negativo. Eso!
Problem X going a little crazy. Playing a little loose versus Hermes right now.
Not trying to play that patient game, but again, he's playing that life lead right now pretty well. Does get the knockdown. Make sure to take advantage of that. Yes, sir. Dash a little bit over. Get that Oki. You can see, you can hear, and feel how badly Hermes wants to get that trigger off. Oh, jump back jab. And you wasted the bar for that. I like that from Problem X to active defense. That's going to be more than enough.
E Honda takes that second round. Problem X.
With the hot hands.
Eso está ahí.
That was an immediate comeback, too. Very convincing off of that rocky start. Actually, that's slow and steady, not even rocky.
I was about to say, it's not like it went too far, right? But, okay, not prepared. EX butt slam, and look at the stun ball. Do you reverse it to get out of the corner?
Yeah, you can't jump. Look at him. The down back of death.
What's crazy is I really think V-Skill 2 from Cammy really will help this matchup. That ground game Honda has, you got to be a little more conscious because that V-Skill 2 might come out and get it interrupted, finds a hit. Hermes VENATORI not able to get anything from it, but that trigger, a little active.
Oh, throw that. Oh, boy. Oh, no conversion, no confirms. Hermes just not ready for it.
Still not out of the wheelhouse yet. We saw this in that first round where Hermes VENATORI came back, but he's going to get 2 scoops, and that's going to be the match.
2 scoops, no waffle cone.
No, it's very important. But let me find a problem. It's savage.
Lo que se está,
Oh, he's gonna play this too. Oh, it's
lo
just
que me
right.
está quillando
Doesn't
es que
look like he knows
está
the matchup
moviendo
anymore.
demasiado.
Yeah.
And he got Hurricane.
Sí,
so.
sí.
Tirarle secuencia con pequeño.
Está haciendo V-shift.
Tú lo throw y secuencia con pequeño. Si tira throw y hace V-shift, pégale la pata media cacho.
V-shift se está soltando. Yo no tengo una opción para V-shift y zafarse tarde. Saltarle neutral. Él me puede pegar caco ahí. Yo le voy a tirar chime al principio y después throw para el V-shift.
Exacto. Recuerda que al principio nosotros no suele librarse.
Chao.
Lots of words from the team. Bandits trying to help out Hermes VENATORI, the last active member on their team, going up against Problem X, an Evo champion. That first round was not looking too bad, right? But it's more about the clapback the kids are saying these days.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, no? Okay, all right. Well, anyway.
So we're still sticking with the same V-set, though, with Cammy, right? We didn't really see a lot of utility from the first V-skill, the first time around, I should say.
Yeah.
But I guess it's going to be the one he's stuck with so far. We'll
I'm
see if it
curious to
actually
know
comes
why, though. Maybe that's just how you feel. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, you get a charge up in front of him. Not ready for the punish at all, but that's going to be huge damage.
Ow.
And the knockback for Problem X. Dash up twice. You got to understand, he gets Oki after that headbutt. If you do not know that by now, you're not going to be ready for it for the rest of this set.
Jump in actually works out, but didn't do anything with it. defense really solid on the side of Problem X, making Hermes Venatori go to the throw.
Again, we mentioned that, right? As soon as he's holding that charge, you cannot take these guys. I can't even emphasize how important that is. Honda's been doing that for years.
No, that's definitely true. You have to. And this new Honda, bro, I talked about this last week where this game is really. Okay, wait a minute. Let me stop talking. Hermes Venatori. Chase down here.
Yes.
Ready with the buttons. That's exactly what I meant by those buttons. A standing heavy punch.
Oh boy, the hands coming out. So huge life lead right now, or like significant, I should say, coming from the side of Hermes Venatori. He does not have to push the issue here. Have Problem X come to you and break up those charges, right? You got to look at that as a win. Oh boy, he's missing it all over the place. Unfortunately, sweep activation. Now you're in danger. You're in danger with that trigger.
Oh no! Oh, big damage. Just to get out? No.
Stay in.
Wow. Hermes Venatori goes down to Problem X. That is going to be a clean sweep for Team NASR. And that did not go the way they expected it to at all. And a lot of touch and go there. And by that, I mean it was a lot of instances for Bandits to really turn those things around. If you go all the way back to that first match with Mena, it was definitely in the books for him to be able to do so.
Yes.
But and then even the CABA match, it wasn't too far. It was not too far out. But the fact of the matter is that's what makes this team so good. That's why NASR is so good. They're able to keep themselves grounded enough to close out and clinch these big matches. And that's going to put another loss on the side of Team Bandits, another win on the side of NASR as we go further into this week 5.
Yeah, solidifying their place into that #1 spot when it comes to the standings, right? But I got to say, so NASR came in hot. 2 games each, obviously. MENARD is the only one that scored 1 against Team NASR. But I will say, in that particular matchup, that's just going to be information for them because we're still looking for the top 4. Bandits should not be feeling too down about it. I think it's going to be absolutely imperative for the next time they face each other. There's still a chance for them to make these comebacks happen because it's only been, here in week 5?
Week 5.
We got so much more to play through. It's going to be all right. A little bit of a rocky start again for Team Bandits. They had a significant win last week. But this one, it might sting a little bit. They just got to keep their heads up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I look at the Bandits team, I look at CABA. I feel like CABA is still just really, really strong when it comes to just having that secondary, having 2 secondaries, a Ryu, a G. The Guile is obviously going to be one of the band contention points, but having those other characters is really going to be strong, right? And that also puts CABA kind of in that same part of not being able to play in the second half of the season as well, not being able to have Mena banned, and then that basically puts all the eyes on Hermes Venatori, right?
Yeah.
But then it's going to be a switcher, right? You're going to be switching between Steel, CABA, and these teams really have to deal with it, right? Because you can't ban the same person. You can't ban the same character, the next time they be on the other half of that season. That's really important. That's what you really need to consider because that's when a lot of these teams get to open up. And not just for the sense that they get access back to that one character, but having 2 players or 2 characters that they can carry them and possibly get them through another rotation of some of this Waseda style format is what you want to have in your repertoire. You want that for your team.
Everything said and done, though, we do have our first match already in the books for week number 5. I do believe Rob TV is going to be standing by with our winners, but not before we thank Astro for those A40 headsets. We got to hear the comms loud and clear from both sides because of the fact that they've been supporting Street Fighter League this season.
Yeah, they have swappable backs as well as you can swap out these boom mics as well. So make sure you guys get your very own. And shout outs once again to Astro for holding down Street Fighter League Season 4. With that being said, let's take it to the stage. Rob TV is there with Angry Bird.
Team NASR still on a roll, still looking like quite possibly the team to beat here. And of course, we saw Angry Bird after his MVP performance last season. He came back and he's trying to let everybody know that he's still at that level or even better. Angry Bird, that match up against Mena to start out. First off, I was surprised that they even put Mena first. Were you guys surprised with that order, or did you predict that?
Oh, we didn't predict that. We wanted Problem to get matched with Mena, to be honest, because we thought he will wait and see what happens and pick the character accordingly. So we thought Boxer might be coming.
So how did you feel about the actual match? Like, did you expect, when you did get matched up with him, did you expect the Sakura pick?
Oh, so last year when I played him in Street Fighter League, we asked for a blind pick.
Yeah.
And I thought he's gonna pick
Birdie or Abigail, so I went with Zeko because Zeko does good against these two characters, and he picked Sakura. So he knew I was gonna pick Zeko. This time, I thought he might do the same, so I stayed with Seth because Seth has good anti-airs. So I play young Zeko, so he can't jump at me. I can't do anti-air. I don't have an anti-air. With Seth, I have a DB. I can.
You guys stand medium kick.
Oh, that doesn't work against Sakura. jump heavy kick beats it. Yeah. So I thought Seth will be better against Sakura, so I stayed with Seth this time, and it worked out.
Okay, and you know, right now everything is working out for you guys. You're all firing on all cylinders. Again, problem getting yet another win with a secondary character. We still have not seen the Bison yet, but right now I think that's a big win because it puts you guys at 3-1 as far as your overall record. So you only have one more team to fight in this first leg of Street Fighter League. How important is this next match up against Vodafone Giants in the next week?
As far as I know, like all the matches are important. But to secure the playoffs from now is better, so we can have our strategies and plan for later matches. So we're looking forward to win the next match as well.
ANGRYBIRD, always extremely well spoken, and his play is even more impressive. Getting that big win over MENARD to set up his team for victory. Extremely well played, my brother. Congrats to Team NASR. And ladies and gentlemen, after this break, we will have Team PANDA going up against Team UYU.
Street Fighter League Season 4, Week 5 continues right here. We've already seen our first team battle. It did not go the way the Bandits wanted it to go.
No.
Of course, NASR happy with the results. You know, they're definitely a team on fire right now. But let's get to our second team battle this week. It's going to be PANDA going up against UYU. The new and improved UYU, I should say. What do you think that these teams, especially PANDA, I feel like PANDA is really having a kind of a rocky start, especially considering how strong their team is. Punk's coming from, and NEPHEW have been on, well, I would say it was more Punk, as already a championship team in Street Fighter League, right? Yeah. So it's definitely not new here. And NEPHEW is just a strong player in general, also playing with a friend in Punk. I just feel like they have yet to get started, and there's a lot of games still left to play.
Well, there's a lot of experience from these veterans in and out of Street Fighter 5, but also in Street Fighter League, right? Justin Wong being one of the main captains for Team Spirit back in Season 1.
It's true.
So it's going to be kind of tough to see where they're at right now, but that's just the biggest improvement with Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter League in general is the fact that we have, you know, these international talents coming in. We had pretty much the kryptonite, I feel like, for this team through Vodafone Giants with Mr. Crimson, right? That's the only loss they've suffered. Most of the time when we've seen Punk and any team that Punk plays with, they've looked impeccable. You kind of see the persona of Punk come out way more lavishly. This man's like very vocal about how he feels about certain competition. But for the first time, actually, in my opinion, this is like, I should say, this is the earliest we've seen him in that team cohesiveness, in that kind of that mindset to be the team player. He's given information out so early. He's not really as vocal as often. He's actually focused in on the game. There's a lot of these matches where he's just kind of tuned in more so than having, you know, that kind of laid back, relaxed, kind of enjoy my time attitude, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true, right? But I think that's a part of showing people, and like Punk knows as well, the competition here is definitely took like a rise for getting even tougher, right? But luckily he has quite the team member on his side. NEPHEW, one of his best friends and one of his practice partners. I believe Rob TV has some words with NEPHEW on the stage.
TikTok megastar, Street Fighter rising star, and overall possible legend in the making. My boy, you got a lot of work before you actually get to that part, but I believe in you though, Neff. My guy, Dark Neff. What's going on, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling really good, Neff. Before we got to this interview, you know, you came in here and I told you good morning. I gave you a hug. Say good morning, Neff. You gave me a hug. And you said good morning in like an awkward way. Why did you make it awkward?
Yeah, I didn't make it awkward.
You did. I just tried to give you a hug.
I just feel like you don't give people hugs unless you haven't seen them in a while. And
I didn't give you a hug.
We just
when
saw
I first
each other
you.
last week.
But I didn't give you a hug when I first saw you after I didn't see you for a long time. So I had to make up for it.
I didn't know that.
One thing that you do know is that the only returning teams this year are you guys, which this time you're PANDA, but you know, like you and Punk are the same team. Yeah, so PANDA, UYU, and Team NASR, the three returning teams. So you know exactly what went on last season. You were there to see the infamous UYU run, for example. They already got that first win on the board. They got NL. The Cammy hasn't even popped out yet. Do you think this is the same UYU from last season? I want to preface these comments with this fact though, just in case you're new to Street Fighter League or if you need a refresher. The reason why NEPHEW got the moniker Dark Neph. Dark Neph was born against Team UYU as they were trying to get their first win. NEPHEW completely disrespected them in a very rude way for no reason, just to be a bully. So do you think they're the same old Team UYU?
Well, first of all, I don't think I disrespected them. I was just, playing normal. I just did a low parry because I thought it was a smart decision.
No, you did it in neutral. And what was the reason for it though?
Because Punk said he would buy me dinner.
If you got a perfect?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like that was smart, first of all.
Okay.
And then second, yeah, I think UYU is definitely a stronger team. I mean, they're already on like a hot win streak. This is their biggest win streak of all time.
Dark Neph, my dog. Okay, and this year, I would say is like your first time, well, I guess as far as like Punk's team not being considered, for one, I don't even think that is, and this is a big credit to you, I don't look at this as Punk's team anymore. I think in previous seasons, Punk's teams were looked at as him, and then, you know what I'm saying, like no disrespect to the other players. But now you've ascended to a certain level where, people are just as worried about you damn near. We don't even need to talk about Justin. That's one of the all-time GOATs. What has that dynamic been like? Like, have things been a bit different? Do you also notice that it's more of an overall team and not like a super spotlight just on Punk?
I think I've noticed it a little bit. Like, I think in the past, like, since Punk was like just better than me and CJ, for example, teams were just hyper focused on him and beating him.
Yeah.
And then if they could beat him, they were like, okay, we can beat NEPHEW and CJ, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like even if Punk loses, I still have a chance of beating someone. It's not like if he loses, I lose automatically.
Yeah.
So teams definitely have to worry about like all three of us because Justin can get someone too for sure. Yeah, I think we're just overall a very well-balanced team and other teams have to look out for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see who things are going to get spooky and ghoulish for. Will it be Team Panda or Team UYU?
Man, look, I read a lot of comics, but I didn't know there was an origin story for Dark Neph out here. I didn't know he was out here crushing people's dreams like that. I should have known. He started to smile a little more. That's usually a sign that people are evil. We should have paid a lot more attention. I'm just saying, especially Neph, bro. I'll be watching his stream. He don't be smiling at nothing. So if he's smiling now, he's got to be the bad guy. I'm just saying.
That's crazy. The
alternate dimension. A variant Neph. A Dark Neph. Anyways.
Satsui no nephew?
Damn.
That's actually ridiculous. That's what the hair coloring is now. It's just
Satsui no nephew.
Yeah. A Satsui no nephew. That's what it is now.
But no, this team, I really have a lot of faith in what Panda can do here. I mean, they got Justin Wong, they have Punk, and you just heard from NEPHEW, a very, very strong team. But once again, a testament to what they're doing here at Street Fighter League. And I say they, I mean every other team and every other player, because this season is stacked.
And speaking of stacked, we do have NL coming in from Team UYU, the new and improved, also with a W under their belt. We've seen how important it was for Team UYU, especially through Oil King. Oil King was like, you know what? There is a time to celebrate, but right now we have to maintain our focus. We have to keep our eyes on the prize, and we have to take it week by week and make sure we are at our best. And they're still trying to find themselves with that team synergy, with getting NL fully acclimated to Street Fighter League Season 5, as he is technically, Season 4, excuse me, as he's technically the newcomer here. In fact, we do have Rob TV to kind of break that down with an interview with NL to see how he's been doing here at Street Fighter League so far in terms of the mentality and how he's been playing and just overall how he's feeling.
I am here with one of the best Street Fighter players in the world, representing South Korea, none other than my guy, Gun, or as you guys know him as, NL. And of course, right now you are firing off quite like one. NL, how are you feeling right now, bro?
After I'm here, I'm always really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, the energy always good.
Yeah.
And right now I feel like you have every reason to feel good. Actually, there's a little bit of reason not to feel good. Just the fact that you haven't been able to play your Cammy, man. Right now, everyone's banning Cammy. What is it like? This is your first time being in a team tournament with bans, and you're targeted every single time. How does it feel not being able to have the Cammy, and are you looking forward to having Cammy in the second half of the season?
I'm here first time with Ben.
Yeah.
In before, I don't think about Ben too much.
Yeah.
So I almost try Kemi.
Yeah.
So my serve a little bad. So and in here, everyone ban my Kemi.
Yeah.
So I think I was don't think about too much with ban system. So
yeah.
I'm here. I regret this. And my fireball character is not bad.
Yeah. Your Ryu was looking great, man. Oh, your Ryu.
In this season of at the first of this season, live up. I'm crying.
Oh, really?
Really good in this season, but there is so many strong player.
Yeah.
My Ryu little not working here, but I try my best.
I personally think, and I'm sure a lot of people, everyone at home agrees, I think you are doing well, man. Your character, your main character is banned right now.
Yeah.
You know, so just like Oil King did, it's on your teammates to you know, and Kami's playing amazing as well.
Yeah.
To hold you up, and you know, I'm sure that your Ryu is gonna find his footing. But how was it getting that first victory finally for your first ever Street Fighter League victory? You know, just because your first time being here, and UIU's first ever Street Fighter League victory. Did that take a weight off of you guys' shoulders? Like, did it take some pressure off?
Yeah.
What was it like getting that first victory?
I think first victory is big meaning.
Yeah.
Yes. Oil King finally beat PHENOM.
Yes.
So
yes, that was
this
great.
is team tournament. My lose, not team lose.
Yes.
So I really appreciated Oil King.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, NL, thank you so much for all of the entertainment that you have provided.
All day.
Throughout all of your play, just up to this point, and for all the entertainment that you will be providing for the rest of the season. First, you guys are going to be going up against, after this, you guys have Team Panda. How are you liking your chances going up against Team Panda?
Panda is a real strong team.
Yeah.
So we think about yesterday too much, but there's no way we do our best.
Yeah. Regardless. Okay. Much respect to my guy NL. Always a pleasure talking to you, my brother.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up we are going to have Team UIU going up against Team Panda.
That's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on their shoulders. Honestly, UIU have had a very, very rocky start, actually rocky season last season. But right now they're looking just fine. I think they're one of the contenders for at least top 4 when it comes to playing it out here in season 4. NL hasn't been able to really thoroughly shine, but it's for a good reason. He's a very dominant player this season, and wanting to get rid of that threat early it's viable. We get it. But we don't know if that's going to be the case right now, as we have seen the ban picks already taking place for UIU and Panda.
Yeah, we got Colleen and Rashid, if I'm not mistaken. So now that we have the Rashid, that means Oil King's not going to be able to play. But NL, full power NL.
Okay,
full power NL is actually unleashed. I'm going to tell you right now, UIU, we talk about just teams that have been in the community for a while. UIU is one of those teams. And I can tell you right now, when I saw them pick up NL just in general, I was like, man, that's a heavy hitter to have on your team. And then Oil King, once again, a heavy hitter to have on your team. I mean, even when JB was here, a heavy hitter to have on your team. Like, the fact of the matter is that they're really getting acclimated to each other. They're getting used to each other. And that order that they switched up last week to get that W, I feel like really kind of opened those gates for them. But it also made the other teams take notice, because now they see their strength and they're like, all right, we got to stop Oil King now. Yeah. But this is good. This is what you want to happen. But here we go. First match, we got Panda versus UIU. It's going to be Kami versus NEPHEW and Rose versus Seth. Here we go.
It's going to be great to see. Here we go again.
Oh, nice.
Soul blind anti-air, so much better now, by the way, way more consistent. And goes above her head if there's a sharper angle. I love it as an anti-air choice.
Oh, wait a minute. Gets the V skill pick up here. Dash up throw. Kami in control. Small life lead here. NEPHEW. Oh, once again, the soul bind again. Okay. Sula Spurky.
Being able to convert any damage off that punch.
Wow,
so
the stun, bro.
And the punish, yes sir. Even if that soul power wasn't gonna kill, the soul punish definitely would have. I gotta say, man, that change for Rose, being able to get that consistent damage off of standing medium punch now has been so beneficial to her, and the other changes she got a while ago, actually.
Okay. Punching medium kick and just really controlling the neutral game. Not anymore. There's a V skill. Give me everything. Make me why you set outfit. Damn, hold these cards. Cool.
Deal. All right. I like that. The invulnerability past the projectile. No anti-air there from Kami, unorthodox. Here comes the activation though. You cannot V-reversal, not anymore. You gotta stay here. Oh,
V-shift. You can't V-reversal, but you can V-shift. That's a new mechanic, baby. Great awareness there.
Yeah, Nephew's the only one that's actually navigated past the trigger 2 that way, I feel like. Maybe it's been like a while.
Oh, that could have been big. Full CA on the table for Kami. Activate on the trigger 1.
Oh, the side switch! That's the thing about trigger 1.
Wow, that was godlike.
You just close her more, okay?
Yo, the full CA for Rose. I never get to see this. This is my man with the beam, though.
What would be in there?
I thought that was really good. I was like,
yeah,
I should have V-shifted there. I don't know why I just got
I have no clue.
Okay, calm down, calm down. I think you will win, okay, calm down.
I thought it was a true block string.
Yeah.
Or not true, but I guess it makes sense since it crosses up and stuff, right?
I think if they go low, it probably would be. That's probably
You just did first try.
Even Justin's impressive. Like,
Damn, you did that the first run.
I thought I was the Rose player.
Once again, these anti-airs really starting to add up. Whoa,
man!
These normals coming out from Rose here.
That's such a good choice. Being able to bypass neutral like that and be a little bit airborne, that's pretty cool. Ugh. The animation is so
It looks
cool.
so sick.
Oh boy.
Okay, and the classic outfit pickup here for Rose too. I failed to mention earlier.
The Celtics nice, man. Okay, here comes the activation. Watch out. What's the answer? The overhead is the answer from Kami. Mad Cradle Ender. Look at the amount of damage. And he's going to build himself another very soon.
Catching him doing hidden buttons in between there. Activation off the sweep. Soul Spark teleport out.
What a block there from Kami, knowing full well that Nephew wanted to go for the cross-up.
Anything's gonna do it here for Kami. So you see, using small buttons here, very small buttons, nothing too risky. CA is on the table, not any longer because the round's over. Kami.
I kid you not, seeing that dash up medium kick afterwards gave me PTSD. You know how often I've seen people get counter hit off of that?
True.
The throw bait, it's so terrifying to see. It still continues in this game.
Ooh, Annihilation Sword. Ooh, the bad spot for a DP right there. Just hold them on. Oh, snap. Man, these cards, I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that Nephew is already implemented using these cards, wow.
Yeah, giving the various status effects to it, too.
Okay, big damage, spins the EX here.
Oh, yeah, what a check for the low and trying to escape.
Oh, Kami was ready for it. Takes out. Oh, the double slow walking shimmy. Yo, Kami, I see you.
Skills like just sit out the range and just jump. So easy because he's going to whip it every time. He doesn't really care about the spacing much. So you just sit out there and you just get to punish every time.
Nephew getting some small informational bits from Punk. Ties up the set here. One game apiece.
But how would you have known that Kami was gonna walk back and forth 2 times over? I don't even know, man. That was a statement.
Yo,
if I've ever seen it.
That's definitely, look, we saw Kami last season make some amazing plays, right? We saw Kami this season make some amazing plays. I just feel like he's rising to the occasion in a lot of situations. Nice anti-air with the Dragon Punch right there. The Cradle of Madness.
The Cradle of Madness, counter hit conversion. The conquerors, yes sir. Soul spiral afterwards. Using the properly.
Oh, what an air-to-air and the conversion. Oh my God, the damage.
So cool.
Oh, that was cheap. And the stun. Yo, Neff, you need to chill, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my. I was like, not dead. Oh my God.
It's okay, you still got this.
I feel like I don't even know if he needed to use that bar.
I don't think so, actually. But, yo, can somebody hit me with the digital scissors on that bad boy? I want to look at it later. Annihilation Sword at the top of the screen. Throw.
That has a migraine.
Put him under the hairdryer right there.
Look at this perm, baby. Go forward check. Trying to move it again against Kami.
And just catching Kami trying to move. Oh, wow. The line goes off. And look at the stun.
The damage incoming.
Oof.
Oh, no, he dropped it. So you know nothing, not ready for it.
What a read on the jump like we've seen. Tried to go for the instant overhead.
This is going to be tough to navigate, right? Soul Spark everywhere. Soul Bind, you try to jump. No, sir. She does it. Oh, she locks you down so quickly. And NEPHEW taking it up 2-1 over Kami. NEPHEW's been putting in a lot of that work. Made a video about Rose and actively grinds this character, right? That should have been something you should have prepared for, honestly. When it comes to facing off every single team in Street Fighter League, you have to make sure you understand what's at stake, what's going to be on the table with the characters that they have. And it's going to be one of those things. It's like, man, these teams are going to be completely unbannable. So just be ready for all of it. Just be ready for all of it.
Got to be prepared for it all.
Oil King is actually up next, gearing up against Justin Wong. Rashid is not going to be on the table for Oil King. It is most likely going to be Seth. We'll see what happens.
And this is one of the things they ran into last season, right? Because they had JB, they had double Rashid, they had 2 sets with Kami. You know, like, it was one of those things where I felt like Oil King didn't really get a chance to shine. They were constantly blocking Rashid because they didn't want to deal with him to begin with. Seth was still, you know, under trial phases, I would like to say. So being able to come here and play is and have a whole team, I should say, where you don't 100% have to worry about that ban all the time. I mean, you got to worry about it this time, but you don't always have to worry about it. Oil King definitely has an opportunity. We saw from last week's win where he can shine, where he can take these W's. Even more so, I feel like he can do the same with the set if given the opportunity. But Justin pulling out the old gal Kareem. Bro, this is actually ridiculous. And the equestrian outfit. I'm about
that's if he whiffs the V-skill?
Yeah.
There we go.
Equestrian outfit. I forget. That's what it is. That's exactly what that is. They say the sporty outfit. No, that's the equestrian.
Equestrian, bro.
So Justin Wong going back to his roots, picking Karen. I have not seen this in years. And it's so refreshing to see because he made that transition over to MENARD for a while.
Yeah. Entered a few tournaments with MENARD too, right? I believe we even saw the MENARD here at Street Fighter League, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely true. Seeing this now is actually pretty wild. That's got to be the influence, a heavy influence from Punk, right? And what a bunch of normals to actually pick from too. Justin Wong has such an eye for patience and spacing. Most of the spacing, the footsies are immaculate, but you know, we'll see how it plays off. Oil King. That was sick.
What?
Tenko. That was.
Okay, crouching medium punch. Didn't get anything big from it. Justin turns on the offense now.
Ooh, the anti-air is there. Crouching heavy punch.
Oh.
The arc. Oh, he tried to get for the hard stuff.
Stand medium kick, the tool of choice right here for Justin, and it's been working out. Life's still just about even though, and that stun bar went all the way down.
Touch again.
Okay, counter hit confirmed. Justin Wong gets that first round versus Oil King with the Karen.
Willing to spend that meter early to ensure the victory. He did have V trigger left, could have gone for the Budokan, but I understand, man. You want to spend that cash just in case. Oh yeah, pick confirmed from the side of Justin off that low medium kick. In hot pursuit, does have one bar jumping around. Is Oil King trying to readjust, get away from the corner. But at this pace right now, I think Justin's going to push him to the other side. What a time to Mad Cradle.
You know what? I keep looking at the screen to make sure this is Justin playing because he's playing a lot more active. He's playing with Karen, and it's working out. Like, it's working out. We don't get to see this Justin Wong much. We don't get to see Justin Wong playing Karen in years, I feel like. But here we go.
It's true. Absolutely very true. We don't get to see this kind of oppression, but with a character like Karen, you're allowed to do so. But man, he's really trying to bait out any kind of normal against Oil King. So good discipline from him. The defense is there, but no text.
That could have been dangerous. Reads the dash with the crouching medium punch. That should be it. CA spin to win. And that's going to be the first game for Justin Wizzy Wong. That's the homie, man.
Wizzy. It's Wizzy.
I just felt the dash was coming because he wanted the V-trigger.
Come on. I'm telling you, man.
He does.
This is the Justin Wong I like to see.
Always draws because he double dashes 9+.
Okay.
And he always usually double dash, so you just watch out for that.
I can't punish like it's just -2. Yeah.
Round one. Like -2.
Fight.
Giving Justin a little insight on the matchup.
The second time over, we've seen Oil King try to navigate his way around via the jump, but gets thrown immediately after. The free skill install does find an opening against Justin. That's going to be pretty pivotal, right? Using that free skill against Karen from further out is going to be what's going to help you contest these normals, help you contest the footsie department.
I love the usage of this crouching medium punch so far. Just making sure that Oil King respects the space. Oil King really having a hard time opening up Justin right now. B skill once again. Crouching medium kick. Just lots of meter. Full trigger available right now for King.
That's so sick looking. Oh, that is a big bet. Close to stun, and if that happens, it's going to be pretty much death. And what a time to actually contest and find your way back. The momentum now shifting towards Justin with this trigger, but Oil King still has so much life to work with. It's going to be a uphill battle.
Oh, okay. Activate trigger. Yeah, he was ready for that one. Oil King slowed down a lot that round. Uses the trigger to cash out, get the round, and still sitting on a nice chunk of meter. Working on 2 bars. That cruel disaster block.
Checking with the movement again, but Justin is still settling for his mid to outside range, but still within range for the V-Skill 1. We talked about it earlier. V-Skill 1 is going to be so good and beneficial for playing against Karen's normals. Back throw now. A lot of problems. The target combo looking like Punk out here. I like the control from Justin. The V-Reversal is coming out, but you're going to get hit, and you're going to get a full-on punish. You're no longer allowed to do that this season.
Full CA on the table as well. This next hit could be the end of Justin. Oh, wow, and gets the stun this time. Didn't even need the CA, and Justin going down with full resources. I was looking for an EX Resinha right there. I was like, yo, you're really going to read one of these Annihilation Swords reversal, but didn't work out.
Yeah, before
A little bit of time to kind of react to that, but a little bit of advice coming in from Punk. He's like, you know what, if you can't react to that or someone else, I gotta tell you. No interruption, but finds a hit as Oil King. Again, plus frames afterwards. It's gonna be a lot of turns stolen for Oil King.
But what a whiff punish with the sweep from Justin. Back to this normal game. Not a surprise that it's doing so well, but just I like active Justin. I like active Karen Justin. Okay, V-Skill finds his mark again. Oddly enough, this has been where a lot of the momentum has come from in Oil King's game here with Seth.
Yeah, and Oil King's doing a phenomenal job of keeping Justin contained for the most part, right? Again, no big explosive damage. We haven't seen that a lot ever since the first game. Oil King now making a run for it. Double dash forward throw now. Wants to apply pressure. Crouching heavy kick is the answer, but still blocked. He's going to be resetting back to neutral. He's going to be forcing these errors from Justin Wong. Can he find the opening? That's the question.
Okay,
there's a sweep activation.
Chase. Take out throw there. Still chasing with the normal.
You're going to have to hold that. Left, right mix-up. Up, down mix-up instead. Hold that.
Set point coming up here for Oil King.
The high-low is too good. High-low is too good for Seth.
It's way too good.
Just within range, the install is there. It's successful. No need to update the firmware. The Annihilation Sword coming in to slay down Karen. Man, the checks are still, you know, it's there. Justin Wong sees it, just not in time.
That's true, and you gotta be careful, I realize, with those EX reversals from Karen, because you're fighting Oil King. You don't think he has a sixth sense for when you want to do that? I just thought about that.
Yeah. That is true. That is absolutely true. He's already blocked one. What a time to use the target combo. I like that. Kind of readjusting for Justin Wong. Didn't go forward with it, but it's going to be just fine. We're setting into neutral.
We saw that V-Skill in that first game really give Justin control. A few shades of it here. But really just playing this neutral game. 2 bars of EX on the side of Seth. Full CA and that trigger that just popped by Justin and Karen. What a jab, interrupt, counter hit this time around.
Actually, another sequence for Justin Wong off of a clean hit could actually kill, even more so now than ever. But here comes this trigger. Are you going to spend the bar to EX%? No, probably not.
Oh my God. Oh my God, you're dead.
You're dead.
Wow, that was extra cheap. Oil King takes out Justin Wong, eliminated from the players queue, and Oil King stays alive. Gonna be a nice little added bonus to the side of UIU in this Panda battle. Punk's coming up here now versus NL.
Oh my God. You just, oh man, I forgot. I already forgot. I was so consumed by this match. I was so involved in just waiting for this to develop for Justin Wong. But we have the anchors coming into play. Punk versus NL, fully unleashed for both.
This is
a test of might.
This is going to be a ridiculous match right here. This is going to be troublesome, I feel like, for Punk. But even still, one of the things I've said, one of the testaments of Street Fighter V, you got to know how to fight Cammy. You have to know how to fight Cammy no matter what angle of Street Fighter V you're trying to play. You need to know how to do that. Just so happens you might be fighting one of the best.
They're one of the best ones in the world.
You might be fighting one of the best.
Does that question actually apply to Karen also? I feel like there's not a lot of people that can control and pilot Karen the way that Punk does. But I think your statement is absolutely correct. Cammy, I feel like, is more of an abundance when it comes to like the usage of the character throughout the entirety of like CPT, online, whether it's like ranked or endless. There's just so much to really consider with Cammy's archetype, which makes her so easy to pilot, so easy to navigate, and get these Ws. But it's going to be a whole different story with NL. Again, the premier Cammy player in Capcom Cup versus the Alpha.
Ooh, the Alpha. NL coming up representing that UIU. I'm a big fan of NL too, man. One of those players, I've got to commentate a lot of his matches. Been a fan for a long time.
Ooh.
The world of Street Fighter is just a very treacherous place when you're nice at this. NL definitely is one of the most dominant forces in Street Fighter, going up against another dominant force here with Punk. Once again, man, these matches that you guys are feasting your eyes on, you should be super thankful, because I'm telling you right now, international players ball in full effect. Here we go, NL versus Punk, Karen versus Cammy, and the confirms are already there.
That's right, you're seeing it right before your very eyes. Two of the best to ever do it right now in the CPT. Going ham at each other. NL looking at a perfect, try to match the outfit. I like that. No, you could have thrown probably for the stun, but at the same time, NL is keeping it cool. That was a deep dive kick for that plus, hence why the view reversal had to come out. The threat of trigger is not going to be there for Punk. No confirm for NL, but it's fine. Oh boy, I thought it was fine. Can Punk amass this comeback? The big counter hit already on the freight train. You're actually going to be so dead.
No, dead.
Not going to kill, but
okay.
In killed position. Punk is a nasty man. He is a bad man. Do not let this man live.
Wow. NL had that. NL had that game multiple times.
You thought you had me? You never had me.
You never had your character.
Oh boy.
Okay. Small delay there. Finds a gap in the pressure.
Oh, the big confirm again.
Bro, did you see the whiff punish from Punk? Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Nice subtle hit there from NL. Trying to retake some space out of the corner, but here comes Punk. That was a counter hit too.
CA is there. Next hit can kill. Chip damage on top of it. Trigger is on the table for NL, but he's got to find a hit or a block at least. And Punk's playing that perfect range. Crouching heavy punch, tries to activate, clips with the dive kick. There's a back throw. CA on the table, so the kill is there. NL playing his footsie game versus Punk. The jump light, nothing. I like that
this
choice.
Is great. This is great for Punk. No threat of V-trigger, but the critical eye is still there. NL can get a solid confirm. It's that kill, but so can Punk. It makes it even more dangerous.
What a back throw. What the? Oh my gosh.
That can't be real.
Wow, you look at Oil King in the back like a robot. Go ahead. Man, this music. They just fight.
It's so tense right now.
Bro, the entire studio is quiet, bro. It's crazy. There's a throw. Remember, this is still the first game so far. These medium kicks. Oh no.
That's actually a pretty big commitment there.
And the stun on top of it. Look at the damage up there.
Not quite dead. Back roll. The extra set up finds the mark the second time. This is a very big opportunity. Punk now on the kill on the prowl, I should say. Damn, look at her bleed. You're dead again. He did it 2 rounds in the same game. Oh, he's not dead yet. I lied. See, there it is, solidifying game number 1. So much tension for Punk. But man, this guy has ice in his veins. No need for ice coffee. This guy's got it in him. Honestly, he just takes whatever he wants to. He's got nerves of steel, Steve. He's awake. He's ready.
I can't, bruh.
Primed and proper.
Bruh. Game number 2.
Solid and steady. I'm telling you, man. There's something about watching Punk play. It's just so soothing for the soul. If you're a Street Fighter fan, this is a masterpiece you're experiencing. Now you're facing off against someone like NL too. It makes it all the better.
I mean, but if you think about it though, none of this, until it says KO, none of it matters. Until it says KO, none of it matters.
Not again, not like this.
Until the screen says KO, none of it matters. There we go. That's like a period. You gotta put it on at the end of the sentence. You gotta make sure it's done.
Period.
NL getting around on the board here.
Just walking up in front of his face. What a
Jesus.
punish. And look at the harassment. So many mediums.
Crouch jab this time.
Forward throw now. Flying pressure more with the frame traps. Checking with the low to kind of check the movement as well from Punk. EX.
Big damage once again. Not over though. It's not over though.
Not going for the side switch instead in hot pursuit after the Orochi. This is going to be very tough for NL, I feel like, because once he gets opened up, if he overextends with these normals, he's going to get whiff punished.
Forward throw. He's getting real close to kill range. CA is on the table for Punk. Activation after crouching medium kick. Didn't get all the hits on that, but still.
My God! You're going to back-to-back EX for 10, huh?
Also, you got to be careful. Oh! That is going to be the match. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm NL, you should be afraid. If you're not getting the kill when you can, I'd be freaking out my damn self. If I drop a combo, if he lives with a sliver, I'm like, oh no.
Oh God. Oil King.
Oh my.
Oil King even stood up. He's like, thank God. No more comebacks, please. Down to the wire, exactly as we expected it. NL tying up 1 apiece against Punk. Absolutely vital game here. Because going up next, still NEPHEW and Oil King.
Oof. Gotcha. Peeking, trying to swing. Okay, activation. That stun bar is going to get calmed down just a bit. Air to air, no target. Wow, runs into a standing heavy punch and the conversion. They switch sides. Punk in the corner. Being harassed by NL. There's the activation after the block sweep.
Time to get the back throw too. Of course, he's going to lose the positioning, but it's going to be just fine. No big threats from the trigger just yet. Yeah, let him waste it down, but can he going down? Oh, it actually hit! Oh no! Not enough for the Mujin.
No trigger though. Stand medium kick, crouching heavy punch. CA is on the table for NL. You see Punk backing up, giving NL a little room to breathe. Almost ran into a standing medium kick. Oh. A hit confirmed here. Oh, stand medium kick. Yeah, Punk real smart right there. Just laying low, just waiting for NL to overextend. Speaking of overextending, this could be potentially the last round if Punk can close this out.
Saw a slight error on the buffer there. You can see the nerves kind of settling in for Punk, or setting in, I should say. But there's another one. Stand medium punch finds the mark this time. Forward throw. What are you going to do to close the gap? NL trying to stop the dashes as well. Slowly picking apart the defense. They're trying to with those medium punches, right? But still so active as Punk with the light kicks. Look at that.
Not moving from the center of the stage. Just using stand light kick. Okay, there's the throw. This is good for Cammy.
Ooh.
Once again, no anti-air answer. Get out of the corner. Yep, there we go.
Regular percent half forward throw now. Actually in that kill position yet again. It's so dangerous and finds the mark. That's going to be Punk eliminating NL. The sole hopes of UIU now stands on Oil King's shoulders.
Dude, that was like really intense. Bro, this guy's like, he buffers so much, like he has like little traps. Yeah. I think the best times to like whiff punish him is when he whiffs like standing medium kick, because anytime he does anything else, he always buffers low jab and you get hit. But he's like really aggressive with that. His jumps are pretty hard to read too.
I like that though, coming in from Justin, setting himself up.
I think because like he makes you think that we're gonna play the ground game the whole time. That you're like, you're not gonna catch my jumps. He was right about that. Yeah, he just didn't want you to play. He's like, I don't want to give you momentum.
No, that makes sense though. Knows that Punk controls that ground better than most, especially with
yeah. So when I played Oil King in casuals, he uses the V skill 1 way more than Kami, and also he loves going for like the fake overhead during V Trigger 2. He's very confident with his V Trigger 2 stuff. Yeah, and in the corner, he definitely uses a setup where he goes for more grabs.
Justin giving Nephew some insight.
Did it go mute?
You hear him talking a little bit out there between the teams. Between those comms, those sick A40 headsets, complimenting Astro. Wow, just to get through the projectile, cool disaster right out of the gate.
Man, just the abuse, just trying to get rid of that soulbind, or at least trying to bait Nephew into the soulbind back to back.
Choose the medium punch version.
Oh boy, you thought you could navigate your way past the fireball. Soulbind still covers that space as well. I like that connection.
Wow, it sets the mind instantly after the jump. That's another jump to answer back. Pretty active play here from Nephew. Yeah, just ready with this cool disaster every time. Using that projectile invincibility. Block sweep. There's the activation for Rolls. Gonna have access to this teleport now.
Just to get the side switch, that was a big counter hit too. Coming in from Nephew. Subtle combo out of there. Using the movement options to keep Oil King guessing. That would have been huge as well.
The neutral jump sets the EX mine.
Nice.
Tearing the legs up, the crouching shorts.
She gets 3 of those? That's actually mad good. From that close, like, you know, with the pushback as well, 2 block blows, and then a third one coming in from the crouching short that quickly. It's kind of nasty.
Target combo. No, it is pretty cheap though. I didn't know she got 3 though.
I didn't know it was 3 either. Oh my god.
Reads the jump. Oof.
Oh, the
wow.
trade, that would have been great for Oil King. Forward throw, no back. The activation, we're gonna see a mix-up coming soon. It's gonna be off of the soul spell.
Oh wow,
nice.
What a butt.
Oh.
Anti-air trade works out, goes for the short this time, puts him under the hairdryer.
Oh, here comes the activation. What's it gonna be? Is he gonna go for the fake low?
Oh,
damn!
Oh, you dirty, oh bro. Oh my god.
That even cracked a smile for Nephew. That's chaotic enough. I like that.
Yes. This pleases Dark Neff.
Even if it was hard. Smile on him, turning into Satsui. Yes, Nephew. Oh boy. Big crush counter now. Into the soul bind. Gonna get Oki a little bit. Oh, you can walk up here. It's fine.
Man, the usage on these axe kicks from Oil King.
I feel like, you know, Nephew hasn't really had an opportunity to kind of sheath the sword. Annihilation comes out so frequently. And forward fierce. Checking with the lows again. Stun is going to be an issue. And it's going to connect, actually, with the throw bait from Oil King. Nice work.
Yeah, like I say, he goes way more wild. And if you do EX Soul Spiral against the flip kicks, if you do it too early, you'll go through. So it'll miss.
Nephew thinking about it right now.
I think using strings in the EX Soul Orb could be good because he didn't check you that one time.
That was me drinking, sorry guys.
I was like, I was looking at the players. I'm like, who's down in that one?
Forward throw. Another one. Do it again.
You won't. Crouching heavy kick to kind of clear that space up, or at least to kind of preoccupy that space against Nephew.
Oh, just getting harassed right now. Oil King.
Big counter hit confirm. Soul Spiral 2 using your own move against it.
And the perfect nonetheless. Oil King set to take out Nephew right here.
Talked about how tall of an order that was. This is a huge, it's going to be a huge W for Oil King, right? Still gathering as many W's as they can.
Oil King and UIU looking good right now, man. Another win could potentially be on the board if they keep playing this one.
Man, this is a whole different side of Oil King we haven't really seen, honestly. Steve, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I didn't block, so I'm not. I definitely got my ankles broken on that. Oh boy.
Teleport into the corner. Activation here. We've seen these mix-ups in V-Trigger 2 from Seth and Oil King, and they've been successful so far. Will it work out this time?
Jesus.
Yes, it will. Side switch it to the corner. Wasn't ready to get the kill. CA is on the table. Can't chip out. Spins the EX bar. Looking for a hit now.
Oh my God, the air is there for NEPHEW, the punish.
Oh my gosh, what a whip punish, NEPHEW.
He took the head while he popped off.
Final round. Fight.
I think he was saying, you know, he popped off a little bit too early on that one. Everything thought he had it. He technically did. He could have had the critical art on deck.
What an interrupt.
Do you see this, Steve? Do you kind of see the mental stack starting to apply to Ed?
Wow.
Oil King is really feeling the pressure now. Look at how much it's gone downhill.
Okay, wait a minute. And triggers on the table for Seth. We've seen how successful it's been. Might be looking for another series before the block activation. Speaking of the sweep hits, activates from rolls, teleports to the other
this
side.
Is bad, Steve. This is so dangerous for UIU. Oil King had it in the palm of his hand, and he let it slip.
Heavy hands combo into jab DP. Dropped it.
He 1,000% dropped it. He 1,000% dropped it. Oil King would have had the game. He would have been on to playing Punk.
He would definitely been playing Punk right now.
You know what's dangerous though? UIU has not really said a thing.
They haven't said anything.
Kind of like up him to like anything that more pull or even anything that is missing in his gameplay. To be honest though, not a lot is missing from his gameplay. I think he's playing very well, but right now he needs the support. He needs the reassurance from that mental sector adding up against him.
Big damage here. Oh wow, stand light kick didn't go through with the full combo. Raw trigger 2. For the same.
Jesus!
Oh, and even NEPHEW rubbing his neck on that one. I don't blame him.
Again. He's like, damn, I can't block that.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
He needs to make a YouTube video about
Even Punk just said, what are you supposed to do? You got a V-shift, bro.
He didn't have it.
Oh, well, what are you supposed to do? Wow, the range on that.
Man, that was... Seeing those kind of turnarounds, man, you're gonna V-skill the V-skill? Or excuse me, you're gonna cool disaster the V-skill, excuse me.
Oh, right to the projectile.
Oh, big punish. Corner carry, forward fear, finishing activation very soon.
Stupid. This is gonna hurt. Oh, same side. You thought he was gonna switch you up and go to the corner, but now you're dead. It's
after the stun, just in case it didn't work out for him. Oil King with a huge victory against NEPHEW. Now, that last sequence, that was actually pretty smart, right? Let the orb settle just right behind him. Going in, dashing up, thinking the throw's gonna happen, and NEPHEW reached in. Got caught. Ref blew the whistle. That's a foul. He complained about it. That's a technical foul.
Right. Say one more thing, you're out of here, bro.
It's too late. He already did. He's already going back to the locker room. Taking the spot now, subbing in for the rest of Team Panda. It's none other than Punk. And that's a great anchor to have. Obviously, one of the best to ever do it in the world of Street Fighter V, going up against Oil King, who has been pretty dominant with the Seth, right? It's a huge transition, finally seeing this Seth come to light. Again, we've seen the Rashid. We've seen how much he wanted to play that character. But damn, this Seth is brand new to me, I feel like. Just the way that he's navigating this character, there's so much comfort now. It's so fluent, so much more fluent.
Punk saying he's pretty good versus Seth. Here we go. Game on.
I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to see how Punk is going to navigate his way past V-Trigger 2. Because again, we heard it in the comms, loud and clear, saying, what do you do about that?
Right?
Even Justin was just like, oh, I don't know.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, I'm just saving me to the V-shift, bro. And I'm going to let it rock, too. I'm going to do the attack. Well, I ain't going to say I'm going to do the whole follow-through. But I'm definitely going to try to V-shift that.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, but if you have the meter, right?
If you have the meter, yeah. And I'm still going to try to hit the V-shift break. I mean, very scary to try to do in a Street Fighter League match, but your whole team's getting hit by it. You got to try something. Oh, wow, out of the corner with that Annihilation Sword.
That's fine, just took a throw. It's not going to be too detrimental to your health. Right? Go forward to check. Oh boy, that was a false sweep. The jump in, no go. You already know Punk has been controlling the ground and the air so frequently in every single game, but what do you do about that?
Oh, wow. Big damage here, too.
Restoration time. It could still be a big comeback for Punk. We've seen it 2 times over against NL. He could probably do so again. Very comfortable with this character. Very comfortable against Seth. Don't get hit though.
D-skill not working out. See him using it to try to control that neutral range. Dash up empty. Gets the counter hit. Must have tried to hit something. Oil King still on the verge of taking this because trigger is there, but can't get hit again. We know Punk's going to make it count. And it's only so much time left. Jumps over the crouching heavy punch. Punk.
The look on his face too. He kind of just like, he was so relieved. He was just absolutely, you know, feeling himself a little bit. Well, she's like, it was a giant smile because he's like, man, I got lucky. That was definitely the I got lucky smile.
Keeping his wits about him. Big jump in. Big jump in over that crouching heavy kick. Confirm, get the round.
What a time to call that out. That was an immaculate read from Flame. Just knowing the tendencies of what Oil King would want to do, or even like as a set player himself. Oh my
gosh, the whip punish. Yo, Punk, chill.
Stand medium punch. It's a good button.
Stand medium kicks.
No confirm there. A little bit too far out, I feel like. I guess he didn't want to risk the just for intent though.
Dashes up, tries to start the offense. No anti-air. I like that jump though. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Lots of block. Oh, okay,
wow.
Okay.
Wow, at the last second too, he counted the durability on the orb. That's one way to counter it, honestly.
Okay.
Side switch? No, he's going to go for the build on the V trigger.
Well, that side switch definitely seemed like the better decision choice, especially now that you're back in this corner. Forward throw. Oil King. Oh, the confirm. You're stunned? No, not stunned yet.
Oh, a little bit too high off the mark. Is V-Reversal going to come out? Yes, sir. Oh, you're actually dead. Yes, sir.
And that's a spin to get the win. That's gonna be it. First game's gonna go to Punk. And man, that was a tight one. Look at the sliver of life up there.
I'm so scared that I just did.
Well, I think in an interview, just say you meant to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be like, yeah, I labbed all the setups.
Oh, my man's lying right now. Like, we can't hear him.
Come on, man.
The 840s are too good, bro. You thought you were whispering. He ain't even got the mic down. We just heard him because he was talking.
Astro getting the full details. I appreciate you.
Shout outs to Astro. That should be our listening. The fact that he thought we couldn't hear that.
He just narked on himself.
Right? Yeah, you know I did that on purpose. We actually have footage for that.
Caught in 4K.
With the 840s. Caught 4K with the 840s, bro.
Oh man, just caught him towards the tail end of that roundhouse. And this is the kind of neutral thing. Man, you're just gonna take it to the face like that? Oh, yeah. Punishing the right spacing, or the incorrect spacing from the Annihilation Sword. Forward throw now. Man, it's still so tense. And it's so intimidating when he just stands there like that. Is it, yeah, go ahead and push the button.
Activate. Let's see if Punk knows how to actually get out of this.
Or just block it.
Just block it. We gotta defense it out. Defense. Defense.
Still stuck in this corner. Man. Still finding the confirms. Of course, Punk's gonna do it. Man, how did you know?
He did.
How? How did you know?
Spin. One more round to call this a game for Panda. And I feel like Panda, this is a win that Panda needs as well. And not to take anything away from UYU, but UYU today is playing ridiculously strong anyway. This is a tense match back and forth.
Yeah, night and day when it comes to the newly reformed UYU team. Last season, we would see Alpha 3 pretty much scuff them up all the way, like, you know, in clean fashion, 3-0s. But as it is right now, we're the last game between these two competitors.
Last players on the team here. Punk and Oil King. NL out by the wayside because of Punk.
The dash up with no converts. Oh, that's actually huge. Be great for Oil King. Towards the corner. What a time to attack. Jumping out. That's going to be a fourth throw for Oil King. Activation. How are you going to stop this? You can't do that.
Oh, wow. Just barely out of range. The V skill works out. Wait a minute.
He meant to do it. He meant to do it, Steve. Too far out for the continuation? Yeah, make that. Well, he was going to be fine anyway, actually.
Okay, V reversal.
Checking with the mediums again. Not move.
Oh,
you cannot throw either.
Oh!
Oh, dangerous! And he knows the tendencies. He's like, I know you're going to press a button. In fact, I'm going to make you, and I'm going to show you right now.
I like that. I'm going to make you hit a button. And that's going to be the team battle for today. Oil King taking that one really hard. I mean, they did just come from last week getting that victory, getting their first team win. But coming here, I feel like this is something they definitely could have did. Just cards didn't fall the way they needed them to. I feel like a big part of this team battle was the NL. I really do think, and this is just something that you take back, you know what I'm saying? You take this back to the locker room and you think about it. You're like, all right, our team order is definitely getting better. Them understanding is definitely getting a lot better. But how can you adjust that even more so, right? I'm not sure if NL was prepared to actually play today. And not saying he played any better or any less than he would have. Just saying that, were they looking for the Punk matchup, right?
I think so. I think that was a confident choice that they made. I think that was one of those reads that they had and fully developed going into PANDA, going into the matchup against PANDA. They're like, you know what? I want to make sure that if I'm at max potential, I'm going to go up against Punk, and we need this to happen. But UIU, again, can't knock them for trying. They did their best, and it went down as close as it could be against a team like Punk, NEPHEW, and Justin Wong. What more can you really ask for? It didn't go down the way they expected it to, or they wanted to, I should say. But looking back at all the matches, it went down 2-1 every single time up until that moment. That's a lot of W's still on the board.
Still a strong team on both sides. Still a very, very strong team on both sides. Oil King was playing ridiculous. I understand why he's taking that really hard, but just look how many times he successfully got those mix-ups with Seth. Like, look how many times. The consistency on it was too good.
I wanted to see that more towards the end of that set, or just like in general with Punk, right? He went for some of the high-low mix-ups, didn't do the left-right as often, I feel like, with the axe kick, the one that he did towards NEPHEW, because those worked out for him. All the other ones, Punk was just kind of like on the fly. It's like, I think this is going to work on defense. I'm going to try this out. And it did. Like, at that point, it's just like, all right, well, I'm not going to be stubborn. I'm going to try to go for what worked the first time against NEPHEW.
Actually, yes. That makes sense. I mean, and even on the same note, that left-right, that could be a question, right? Because we saw two instances in which when that left-right was going for it, just even still in a block stun situation, Karen was just a little bit out of range. Literally dashed back, he had to dash back in and was still not close enough to get the follow-up, even though the V-Trigger 2 hit on two separate instances that happened. And on the third time, that's when Punk escaped. Well, I ain't the third time, but the first time he escaped. But just the fact that he was able to actually start trying things to throw in there to mix up Oil King. Oil King had to adjust to that because if they start jumping, you want to make the proper adjustments. The whole point of that mix-up is to scare your opponent into not doing anything, right? Because that makes the mix-up stronger. The fact that Punk was even willing to contest it, right? You're forcing them to go on the fly. Can he get this conversion on the fly? Does he have an air version that he's going to be prepared to? So it's really not a bad idea to be like, well, look, we know if we stand there, we taking the guess, we're going to take full damage. Might as well try to jump. Might as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't a bad idea, and it worked out because if you look at how those other team battles played out, Oil King versus NEPHEW. Though, if you look, it's a complete difference. But them talking about it, even jokingly, gave them a way out, and it gave Punk.
Yeah. It at least got their brains going, right? Being exposed to it the first time against NEPHEW. But again, there was no hiding what Punk was saying, courtesy of Astro and the A40 headsets, when he said, man, I don't even know what to do with that. And also, man, I got pretty lucky when it comes to defending it. So again, big shout out to Astro for being a big part of Street Fighter League. Being able to hear all of these comms just makes it so much more in-depth with the strategy and the strategic planning when it comes to like each and every one of these matchups. And just overall, just hearing the banter from the players has been absolutely fun here in Street Fighter League. So again, Astro being a part of the FGC and supporting us for nearly 10 years.
Nearly
with the high
10 years
as well,
strong.
with those
10
mix
years
amps.
strong. Thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it. I believe Rob TV is ready with the interview. It is the winner of this week's team battle. It's going to be Punk.
I find myself in a very familiar position, standing next to Punk the God after another triumphant performance. Punk, how you feeling right now, bro? You used to this?
I feel pretty good, you know. I mean, I just had to do it for the team. Can't go negative, you know. I'm not used to being negative, so, you know, I can't be going negative at all.
I think you get pretty negative on Twitter from time to time, to be honest. But overall, I would agree that you're a very positive guy. So, in this...
I'm talking about our score.
Oh, I know. That was the joke. That's a bar.
Just making sure.
Okay, so first off in this match, you actually went up against you beat NL and you beat Oil King at the end there. So with the NL match, you guys had to match up from the beginning. No Cammy ban. I do know that you've said yourself that you think that that's a really good matchup for Karen. I think Karen got like a slight edge personally. What was the thought of not banning Cammy there? Were you trying to match up with NL?
Yeah, I pretty much wanted to play against okay? His name's not NL. Yeah, his name
Can you explain to people why his name isn't NL?
I mean, he don't have a space or a dot on any of them, so it's not. It's together. So I think it's new. So yeah, when I played against some, I think Karen does good, but I'm not so used to new style, So I'm not so used to it. So he actually was playing really good, and like he's very aggressive, and I was just like scared backing up the whole time, but. I know every time I got offense started, he wanted to like wake up DP because he just don't want me to play the game. And those are the rounds that he just kind of threw away and gave me because he maybe could have won 2-0, but since he threw the first game away pretty much, it made it a lot easier for me. But yeah, I'm just not used to his style of Cammy, so it's a lot harder for me personally to fight him than like other Cammy players. And plus his hit confirms are really good, so I can't really like play neutral as much as I would like to because her low forward goes so far and is like, Karen's doesn't have that much range, so it's a little bit more scarier when someone can actually hit confirm with Cammy.
Yeah. And it seemed like he's like mad good with like if your stun is high and you're in a corner or your gray life is up, he's gonna hit like 1,000 stand medium kicks. You don't know when he's gonna jump, when he's gonna dash. But what you did know is that it came down to you and Oil King at the end. We just saw Oil King in a clutch situation get that big win for UYU and up against Vodafone Giants, I believe it was. And again, he found himself in that situation, this time going up against Punk the God. He has Seth going up against Karen. I think that's a good match for Seth personally. How was that match for you?
Well, I think Karen beat Seth for sure this season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's pretty favorable for Karen now that the V skill goes less range and like the jump isn't plus, so it's not as annoying for Karen. She can actually anti-her without being scared of getting hit with so much damage. So, and the V trigger too, I know quite a bit about it, so I can get away. The corner one, it's kind of lucky, can't lie, but you know what I'm saying? It's just what happens sometimes. Sometimes you need a little luck to get the dub, but yeah, I think Oil King actually played really good there. He was very patient. I didn't expect him to come out so patient. I thought he was going to try to go crazy and stuff, but he played pretty good. But I'm just really good at the Seth matchup. I play Angry Bird a lot, so I'm just very confident versus that character.
Punk with every single reason to be confident, along with Team Panda overall. Congratulations to all three of you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have some closing statements from Steve and from Vicious, but that's going to be after the Astro Listen In.
If he's not leveled up and he somehow manages to activate, I know, and you don't have V trigger, a V shift or whatever, V reversal, take the command grab.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
He'll start dashing this game.
Yeah, no, the dash is fine.
Yeah.
Mena was mad against me. Like, how many times did he dash?
I don't know, that's the play style, bro. You don't come off your solid main. Play too many characters. You can't play too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, you should have just picked Ryu, to be honest.
Yeah. But so just remember, if you haven't got the V gauge and he's not leveled up, make him burn more.
Yeah, just take the command.
Yeah.
We'll get done anyway.
Yeah.
If you're not sure of the spacing, don't punish with DB.
No,
if you're not sure of the spacing.
Welcome back, everybody, to Street Fighter League Season 4. We just wrapped up this week's team battles, and we just heard from Punk, and so he's willing to admit that he did get lucky from various situations, which is great, because, we still get to see that attitude of Punk come out either way. He's like, yeah, I'm still the best, but at the same time, it's like, sometimes you gotta get lucky to get the dub, and I appreciate that. I really do. But he wasn't wrong when he said, Oil King did have it in his hands, and he took advantage of that mental stack. As soon as it slipped, he saw that opening, he's like, all right, well, I'm going to take it from you. That's just how it goes.
It's crazy to see the contrast between the seasons and the attitude that Punk displays after a win, right? Like, we've seen him every season here in Street Fighter League, right?
As the heel.
As the heel, right? But when you get to situations like this and the matches get tense and you hear that dialogue between the team and even Punk being like, bro, sometimes you got to get lucky, that lets you know just how ridiculous Street Fighter League is. I'm just saying, I listened to that and I'm like, damn, that's how even Punk is like, you gotta get lucky sometimes, and I'm glad it was that time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you gotta see it sometimes. In all honesty, once again, UIU back in a bad position, but damn, what a team battle for this week. UIU didn't get the W, goes back down to last place, but it's not because they played bad. It's not one of those. That was a hard team to beat. That's a hard team to beat.
One of the top teams.
Even with Justin not locking in on a character and having like kind of that rocky feel as well. I feel like Punk and Nephew have definitely kind of gotten to that swing where they're like, all right, we're going in at full pace now. We can handle this. And
we still got to talk about Justin too, because again, as you mentioned, like, you know, he's still trying to acclimate himself with the characters he wants to use. He has Rose, he has Poison so far, but the Karen pick, I think the Karen pick is probably the best one so far. Seeing that kind of adaptation from Justin, that different playstyle, is still such a huge threat. And who wouldn't want a second Karen on their team?
Also, it's Justin, like once Justin gets into the swing of things, I honestly just feel like it's gonna be so much harder to even put a dent in his wheel. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way the cookie crumbles this time. UIU goes down, Panda gets the win. NASR, another crazy team battle we had this week. That was actually ridiculous. Bandits not able to close that out, and once again, these are teams still getting into the swing of it, and it's only the first half of the season.
That's right. Let's take a look at the current standings and see where everybody's at with Week 5 now under wraps. Let's take a look here. NASR in first place, 3-1 with a very convincing win over Bandits. Vodafone Giants still have their games to play next week, 2-1. You see them in second place. Panda also 2-1 with that victory over UIU, going down to number 4. NORDAVIND sitting at 1-2. Bandits still at 1-2, and UIU at the bottom right now, 1-3 after suffering that defeat against the likes of Punk, Nephew, and Justin Wong through Panda. But I will say they accumulated a lot of wins on the way over there. They had 6 W's on the board in the entirety of that team battle, and that's going to help them significantly in those tiebreaker situations.
That's definitely true. We talked about this before. I was actually explaining this a couple of weeks ago to Vodafone Giants as well as NASR. If there is a playoff that has to happen, it will happen after all the calculation of how many rounds, how many matches were won. So we're keeping track of all of it just in case it gets to that point. A playoff is the last thing. It's like a tip-off in basketball. It's like, look, this is the absolute thing we need to do. But only saying that because every match does take a toll here, whether it be, you know, physically, mentally, or on that scorecard, as well as staying on this leaderboard. But that's going to take us to next week, right?
Yes, sir.
6 team battles are as follows. We're going to have Vodafone Giants coming up against NASR. That is going to be a crazy match. And then, of course, Panda is going to get another try at getting a W versus the Bandits. I honestly can't wait to see it. These matches are going to be ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. And I feel like you're not going to want to miss it. But also, before we get out of here, we got to make some noise, show some love for Astro. Astro is the official headset and mix amp of Street Fighter League Season 4, and you guys wouldn't be hearing us without them. You guys wouldn't be hearing the players without them. So shout outs once again to Astro for holding us down.
Again, check out the Twitch panel below right now to get yours, and as soon as possible, honestly, because you don't want to miss any of the comms going on throughout the entirety of Street Fighter League, as well as the crisp sound, all the hits, and every single combo that's going to be connecting throughout the entirety of Street Fighter League. Again, it's been week number 5, but when we return with more of that action, with more of these teams, we're going to see what happens next, and you guys got to be there for it. It's going to be week 6 of Street Fighter League coming your way very soon. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you then.
Oh no, that's not good. We've seen the extensions with the combos from the stolen Tatsu from Sakura.
You are gonna check out with the crouching jab in AX Tatsu. He still gets the activation route. He still gets the damage, and now he's gonna be pretty much in control against ANGRYBIRD. They can't overcommit, right?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Big damage here. Oh no, getting a little flashy. Just a forward throw. Mena has a chance here. Mena has a chance here. All he needs is the ground.
Plus frames. Oh, he got it! That was a deep dive kick for that plus, hence why the view reversal had to come out. The throw trigger is not going to be there for Punk. No confirm for NL, but it's fine. Oh boy, I thought it was fine. Can Punk amass this comeback? The big counter hit already on the freight train. You're actually going to be so dead.
No, dead.
Not going to kill, but...
Okay.
In killed position. Punk is a nasty man. He is a bad man. Do not let this man live.
Wow.